I'm having a chat with Defects. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad.
Doing all right. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, pleasure.
A bit knackered after that, but we enjoyed it.
How was it?
Yeah, fantastic.
Very good start to the morning. I mean, I got up at 5:30, drove down here, and it was wild. I went all this way to do a workout with the crowd. It was great.
Yeah.
But fantastic set. It felt amazing. The crowd responded amazingly, and the whole wall of death and you know the whole circle bit around the tower.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for anything more for an opener for the stage. So. Yeah, we had an amazing time today.
Good. And the pandemic hit a couple of years ago. Kind of what happened for you guys at the time?
I mean, my whole world stood still. You know, at the time I was in my old band.
Yeah.
And we'd just been on tour with Iron Maiden, and it went from that playing arenas and stadiums to nothing. And it was so uncertain about when we were going to come back and do this. It was we were having talks amongst each other. You know, trying to keep the spirit up. And it was hard on everyone, you know, not just musicians, but behind the scenes as well. You know, nothing could go forward, and everything was trapped online in a way. So, yeah, it was hard, but we got through it, and we're now back with a vengeance, and we're going to show the world that. So.
Yeah, we use the time well as well. You know, like all you can do is just sort of, you know, focus on your craft. You know, so that was the one plus to come out of it.
Yeah.
I guess, you know.
Yeah, in a bittersweet way, had the pandemic not happened. But obviously I don't want it to happen. We wouldn't have existed the way we did.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have had
that's true, actually.
songs written, we would have had the formation, all of that.
Yeah, so how did this group come about? Because you were all in former bands, and I think I've interviewed all the bands before, but how did this group come together?
It started with me and Luke, and we were working on stuff for a while, and then we found Tony for vocals. He came down one day and was like, "Oh, yeah, like check it out." I remember, and he just came in. We cut a song right there and then. It was just like we just knew immediately
from the get-go. You know, it was weird. You know, I've been in vocals for a long time in previous bands, and then when I did this Raven Age band, I was a guitar player, and it felt weird after a while. It didn't feel like my prime thing that I should be doing. So when I got with these guys, it clicked.
Yeah.
And from that point onwards, I had the name Defects for a long time, but I never got the chance to use it. So this all came together. The band name suited because we're all defected in our own ways. No one's perfect. And now here we are, standing, breathing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Luckily
just
as
about.
Well.
Yeah. Luckily. Yeah. Had COVID a few times, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
Come at me, COVID.
That's all right. I've got it, so you'll have it again. It's fine.
Yeah.
We like to share here.
Yeah. I need keep my strength up.
So once you finish here at 2000 Trees, where you're heading off to next, what's the plan for you guys?
Bloodstock next. Yeah.
Oh no, Amplified in Manchester.
Yeah.
Amplified
And then after that, then we play Bloodstock on the Sophie Lancaster stage, which should be really fun. It's a prime slot, so look forward to seeing people go absolutely mental. And then after that, there are talks of doing a little headline to start us off. You know, we're still a fresh band. The the vibe's there, so let's keep that momentum going. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And where are you at with music at the moment? Are you writing at the moment? Have you got tracks done, ready to come out?
I mean, it's weird when you only have 2 songs out, but you're playing a set that has obviously 6 or 7. But the songs are there. But yeah, so at the moment we've got obviously an album there, but we're just waiting behind the scenes at the moment, getting everything finalised before we release. But I think the way it's looking is we're going to be releasing another single very soon, and then after that point we're going to have an EP come out. So just to bridge the gap between then and the album.
Okay. Yeah.
But
cool.
It's exciting.
And how's the records sounding? Because obviously the bands that you've all come from aren't necessarily the same. They all sound a bit different, aren't they?
Yeah.
So how have you kind of forged this Defect sound?
So it started with me and Luke really, like at the time. I was inspired heavily, I still am, by the old school nu metal vibe. I'm talking Linkin Park, Korn, and of that ilk, and he's inspired by kind of like Five Finger Death Punch, old school kind of bands as well. Brilliant guitar player he is as well, and it bridged the gap really. We're bringing that old school nostalgia back. We're reinventing the wheel on it. And bringing in a modern influence as well. But it got us really excited because at the time, I mean, now nu metal is starting to make a comeback. Yeah. We kind of were like the first ones on it. The idea came about in 2017. So it was really cool and just nostalgic to hear that again. You know, no other band was doing that, so.
Yeah, no, for sure. And what do you think 23 is going to hold for you guys? Are you hoping to be writing and recording and releasing? Are you hoping to be touring? Where are you hoping to be touring?
Well, I mean, this year has definitely stood for, you know, it's the proving grounds for us.
Yeah.
And next year, you know, we're going to come out guns blazing. I think at that time, everything's going to be, you know, solidified. We're going to try and play anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
And you'll see us, it will be like a rash you can't get rid of. Well, I hope so.
In a good way.
Not in a bad way. I'm not selling this. Hang on.
Yeah, we're a rash band. Yeah. Rash core. You can put that in
a
the
good way. We're going to be like COVID, mate. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And obviously, you've probably got a list of things that you want to achieve, and you've done lots already with your other bands. But what's one thing as Defects do you want to achieve?
I think for just speaking for myself, it was like I got to do some really cool things. Played arenas and stadiums as a guitar player, and that was really cool. But my actual, you know, the dream was to be a vocalist that people could be inspired by, and then become a vocalist, and that is through the help of what they heard. You know, like me and Chester Bennington, for example, or me and M Shadows. I want to have that torch to pass down to the next generation one day. That's my personal goal, you know.
Yeah. I think definitely. I'd like.
You're
Sorry,
in the interview.
I'm getting like sunstroke. So I was just listening to you. I was like, oh, that man, those are some really cool dreams. And I was just sort of like, what the fuck
Taking
do I
in the
wanna do?
rays.
No, I just want to get it around, you know, the world really. You know, just. I've been to the States before, you know, with my other stuff, and it'd be great to get it to America next year. I'd really look forward to that. Japan for me, I think would be a good one. I've never played Japan, to be honest, so I'd really like to take that. Yeah,
would be like. It'd be very polite. You know, I think they react differently to music out there. It's a bit more we want to stand and listen.
It depends what it is. I think they go crazy when it's like.
Metal. Oh yeah. Where it's balls to the wall. But
I've seen some crazy.
I don't know if
crowds
it's in China as well. They're a bit more reserved. You know,
a
bit more reserved. I had that experience with the Raven Age, but. Yeah, it's interesting. Different parts of the world have different reactions. You go to places like England, people erupt. Go to places like, I don't know, the Netherlands, people are a bit more reserved. You know, it's weird. You know.
Yeah.
Good. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Having a chat with you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.